It's time to go back now to Sandton. The M1 highway in Johannesburg expected only to be reopened before peak hour traffic this afternoon following the bridge collapse at Sandton on the M1 near Johannesburg yesterday. A temporary pedestrian bridge structure near the Grayston Off-ramp collapsed, killing 3 people, and the bridge was a Murray and Roberts project to build a pedestrian link between Alexandra and Sandton. Let's cross over to Gillian Pillay now. I know that we spoke to the mayor a little bit earlier, but let's find out if there are any more developments. And Gillian, joined by our mayor here in Johannesburg, Parks Tower. Gillian, it's over to you.
Very good morning to you again, Lee. And just to give you some sort of sense about operations here, there's been quite a bit of movement. Half of the scaffolding bridge about an hour ago was taken off the highway, and it's now on the side of the road here. So it's looking very hopeful that the road could be, or that the debris here rather, could be cleared by lunchtime, as the mayor, the member of the mayoral committee had said earlier in an interview. I'm now joined by Parks Tower. There's a little bit of clarity that we need, Mayor. Thank you for joining us. Just talk to us about unconfirmed reports of a third fatality.
Well, thank you very much. We did receive reports of an unconfirmed reports rather of a third fatality. We will be going to the hospital to verify that and to also visit the other patients.
Mayor, you are being briefed on an hourly basis, as you said. Where are we at now? Like I said in my crossing, there's been quite a bit of movement. We can see half of the scaffolding bridge on the side of the road here. It was a very different scene when we arrived here at 6 a.m. this morning.
There has been significant progress. I've also just met with the engineer on site. He's indicated that they anticipate to be able to clear the scaffolding this afternoon, and that we'll be able to have the road ready for the afternoon peak traffic.
Mayor, just to dip back now to the unconfirmed report about a third fatality. You say you visited some of the victims last night. You plan to do that again later today. Just talk to us about the severity of the injuries that you've been able to, see.
Well, the patient that I saw last night was in a fairly critical condition, but she had been stabilized. She had just come out of theatre and had been stabilized. The 2 other patients were still in theatre, so I wasn't able to see them. We had also been in contact with the patients, or rather the people at Mill Park, and they indicated that the patient was still in theatre, so we were unable to go there. We'll get information when we get there. It is those 4 patients that were in priority 1 condition, at least according to the doctors.
The unconfirmed fatality, do we have any details about the person? I understand it's the person that was in the taxi. Just some detail?
Yes, indications are that one of the patients that were airlifted last night unfortunately passed away. We're still to receive confirmation, but that's one of the patients that was in the taxi.
Okay. Mayor, from this juncture onwards, what are you expecting in terms of operations, relief work, mopping up operations?
Well, firstly, that we are working on ensuring that we can provide public transport and access into Sandton. We've received support from PATCO, we've received support from Autopax, and we've received confirmation that Metro Bus and Gautrain buses would be available. So we've increased public transport availability into Sandton. Some of the services are free, PATCO, Metro Bus, and Gautrain buses would be free in and around of Sandton. And at this point, Gautrain has increased their own capacity. We are still keeping the public transport loop in Sandton because we need to move as many people on public transport as possible, as we are directing people into the public transport system.
And that was Executive Mayor Parks Tower. Just the latest information that we're getting from him is unconfirmed reports of a third fatality. They're yet to, get some clarity around that, but we do understand it's one of the passengers who was in the taxi. Leanne, back to the studio.
All right, Gillian Pillay, thanks for updating us. There, standing, as you can see, just behind where the cleanup operation is taking place. Some of these visuals that you're seeing on your screen, these are live visuals, things that are happening right now in the area of Sandton. And as you heard Gillian say, that pretty much so is almost, almost half of the bridge, the structure that actually collapsed. So you can see it's being lifted there and being taken away. The mayor hoping that by this afternoon, everything will be closed. There's been significant movement in terms of the road being cleared. So hopefully by peak traffic this afternoon, the road will be opened and everything will be back to normal and traffic flowing very, very smoothly. We've also got these wonderful images that we've got from our helicopter that is hovering above the skies there, just showing you aerial views as well, so that you can see what the roads look like. You can see completely empty around that area. As you know, the highway has been shut down all the way up to, I think it's Athol Oaklands, in fact, that you're not allowed past there. Even Corlette Drive has been closed. But for those of you that have not left and are going into Sandton, it is chaos there in the roads. One can only imagine, and I'm sure you can understand the exact reasons that this has been happening. So there you go. Those are the visuals. That's what's happening in Sandton. And again, this is another live picture that we've got, the feed coming through from Sandton, that structure that has fallen and unfortunately killed, well, definitely confirmed 2 people, but still waiting on absolute confirmation of a 3rd fatality of one of the passengers in a taxi that also may have died overnight. And I think it's important to send out sympathies to those that have been affected, those that are in a very critical and serious condition this morning. Our thoughts and our prayers are with all of you as you undergo this very difficult time. That's where we end the program.